Good evening, everybody. If you're just joining us, Missoula County Public School Stadium on the campus of Big Sky High School, Missoula, Montana. Jackson Dennis of the Helena High Bengals will take it and hand it off to number 11, Nick Van Horsen. We're having some technical difficulties.
Yes,
here in the booth.
Yes, we're having some technical difficulties, but we're online. We're going. Maybe not yet.
We are recording. We are recording. Okay, that's good to know. I'm Kempson Cross alongside Cole Johnson.
Good to be here. Helena High 2-1 on the season, going up against Missoula Sentinel. It's 2-1. Won a close game against Missoula Big Sky, 26-22 last week. So both teams come in 2-1, and as we kind of talked about a little bit before the game, this should be a dogfight again, just as the Big Sky game was last week. So should be an exciting game.
For Helena, hands off. No, it's a keeper, and Thenis will take it through, squirts through there. Jory Breen was finally able to bring him down, but not before about 13 yards on the gain. So Thenis demonstrating some dual threat capability.
Yeah, Jackson Thenis is kind of the player to watch for Helena High. Just coming into this game, it's his senior year, a lot to prove. He's got a lot of ability, a lot of talent, can run the football, is very accurate passer, as we kind of talked about before the game a little bit. But Sentinel's defense, I think it's just important to keep the play in front of them. Defensive line played well last week against Big Sky. I'm hoping to disrupt the passing game a little bit.
Thenis with a swing out now, and Adgerson is able to collect it, and he will turn the corner and make a spin move, and Mitch Reynolds finally rides him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Helena with a drive going. I formation. Hand off. And there goes Van Horsen.
Yeah, you see the speed early on right now. Van Horsen hitting the hole very hard, coming through there, getting the ball down close to the 5-yard line. Gain of about 10 yards. It's actually going to be a first down, so it'll be first down and goal.
Yep.
See if the Spartans can get a stop. Helena High fans traveled well today. They always come up and support their team very proudly.
Hand off, and Van Horsen will power into the end zone, and Helena will score first.
Yeah, quick start for Helena High. They got a lot of weapons on offense. Sentinel kind of went quick 3 and out, and now they've kind of dug themselves a hole here, 7-0. Helena High off to that quick start.
Extra point, Willem Morris. And he will convert it. So with 6:58 to go in the first quarter, on their first drive of the game, the Helena High Bengals go down and make it a 7-0 contest over the Sentinel Spartans. And their defense was a big part of the reason that they were able to pull out a win against Big Sky last week. Thenis with the handoff to Van Horsen, and Van Horsen hits the hole hard like you mentioned and runs into his own man and is all the way down to the 44 of Missoula Sentinel.
Jory Breen kind of on the back end of that tackle there, but another big gainer for Van Horsen. It's a 15-yard pickup for him. So Helena High off to a very fast start. They're moving quickly. They're really hitting the holes hard when they run the football. They got a lot of athleticism at the quarterback position. Sentinel has their hands full today.
Thenis quarterback, Kendall Johnson the fullback. Nick Van Horsen will take the handoff, and he will get stacked up. Jake Rebish was the first one there.
There you go, Jake Rebish. Showing him where he lives, man. Stopped him short. Defensive line comes up big.
Logan Bond, Spencer Schock, both there as well. Big stand there by the Sentinel Spartans.
Big
defense.
stand, giving themselves a chance to stay in this game. Can't really afford to get behind too early, especially 2 touchdowns. Long game, of course, but huge stop on the end.
Roberts under center from the I formation again. 3-4-step drop, and he double hitches, and now he's going to throw it. And Reynolds is out there, and he made the catch.
What a grab. What a grab. What a throw just beyond the defensive back for Helena High. That was Willem Morris on the coverage, but Kempson just laid it right over the top of Morris. A big gain. That is exactly what the Spartans needed.
And so it'll be 4th down, and we'll see, it looks like we'll see Gabe Peppinger for, I believe, I believe will be his first field goal attempt since the opening game of the season against the Billings Senior Broncs.
And this is a 40-yarder, but I think you have to try it. You have to get on the board. 4th down and 8. You're in field goal range. Try and see if you can't make the field goal.
Mitch Reynolds will hold, and it is up. Has the distance, certainly, and it is good. So,
he's a senior. He can kick the ball. We know that. Got him on the board. 7-3.
1:41 to go in the first quarter here at Missoula County Public School Stadium on the campus of Big Sky High School in Missoula, Montana. 7 points for the Helena High Bengals, 3 points for the Missoula Sentinel Spartans. And 2 solid 2-1 teams coming into this night. And we knew that from the get-go it was important for Sentinel to not give Helena High extra opportunities like they did the Big Sky Eagles last week.
Yeah, I think it is important. I think it's important for Missoula just to protect the football at this point. Helena High's defensive line is pretty stacked with Chase Benson. They're making a lot of plays on the interior. Kendall Johnson making a lot of tackles so far in this game. So I think if you're Missoula Sentinel, you want to try to establish the run, but I mean, if you aren't able to, you might have to think about throwing the ball a little bit more. That's the direction this game is going. But Gabe Peppinger, a big 41-yard field goal, that would have been good from further out. So definitely nice to see him contribute and get on the board for Missoula Sentinel. I would expect the run, a little bit more. They've ran Van Horsen quite a few times already, and you got to expect the run. I think it's your best recipe for success. Well, they're going to throw it.
And he will throw it out to the near side, and a diving catch made by Derek Janeskins.
Yeah, good first down play there. Just kind of ran that simple out route. Just went across the 40, came to the sideline. There was a lot of room to make a connection there. And as we said, Jackson Dennis, he's going to make that throw 99 times out of 100. So.
And it's just enough for a first down, so they'll move the sticks. Hand off to the near side. Here comes Van Horsen downhill. A stiff arm, and he will step out at about the 47-yard line of Missoula Sentinel.
Yeah, Helena High right now is just getting some very good blocking up front. There was an enormous hole for Van Horsen to run through, and he had pretty much that entire left side to be able to rumble. So right now, Helena High off to a good start on the ground attack, and Sentinel, it's tough. You gotta honor the run, but then of course they pass it on first down. So I think it's important for them just to try and get some pressure any way you possibly can. Make a play in the backfield.
And Dennis will take that snap and look to throw. He's got a man out there, but Alex Steele's on the coverage, and he almost made a center field type of interception for the Sentinel Spartans.
It looked like he was looking for Derek Olson, number 21. That was an overthrow from the beginning, though. He just kind of threw it up there. But if you look at the size advantage right now, we're looking at probably a good maybe 4 or 5 inches that Olson has on Alex Steele. So it was a good idea to throw it up there, but it was kind of one of those plays where he just kind of threw it up for grabs, and Alex Steele almost got underneath it and intercepted the ball. So fortunate for Helena High.
And that will likely be the last snap of the first quarter. But another first down. The Helena High Bengals averaging about 10 yards of play right now on this drive.
When you run the ball with authority, like Van Horsen is running it right now, it's going to put the defense back on their heels, and that's exactly what's happening, is that he's taking the ball and he's getting that extra speed burst, and he's hitting the hole and he's hitting it hard. And when you're a defender on the defensive side of the ball, it's tough just because you've got to be able to come up and make that initial contact. Of course, if you miss the tackle, he could take it all the way in the end zone. So right now, Nick Van Horsen running very well right now for Helena High, but it's a 7-3 game. A lot of time left. 3 quarters left of football, so we'll see what happens.
Helena High Bengals 7, Missoula Sentinel Spartans 3 at the end of the first quarter here at Missoula County Public Schools Stadium on the campus of Big Sky High School. Dennis takes the snap, fake handoff, keeper going off to the far sideline, and he will score. So Helena High is in for their second touchdown of the game, makes it 13-3 with the extra point pending.
Jackson Dennis Great play call, fake handoff. They've been handing off to Van Horsen quite a few times. They've ran a couple keepers so far in this game, but just a matter of time. Jackson Fennis able to get into the end zone.
And now Willem Morris will set up for the PAT out of the hold of Derek Janeskins. Snap, hold, kick on the way, and that is good. So the point after converts, and it is now 14-3, Helena High Bengals over the Sentinel Spartans. Getting down to near 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And throwing out into the flat, and here's Connor Crawford, and he's got one blocker ahead of him and uses him and gets all the way up to the 41-yard line.
Okay. Well, that was a 30-yard gain, so that's good. It looked like it was number 6. It was Ed Agerson actually fell down and didn't even know where the play was, and then he got up and realized that Crawford was heading his direction. Okay, big gainer there, 30 yards for Sentinel.
Sentinel looking to go east and west before they go north and south. And here is Roberts, who steps and throws, and that is going to be picked off. Good coverage there down the far sideline by number 9, Joe Mueller, on Mitch Reynolds, and he is able to come away with the interception.
Joe Mueller had great position the whole way on that one. Roberts tried to just get it over the top, and Mueller just great positioning on that play. Kind of had the receiver essentially boxed out and just made the interception. See if he can get to the 40.
That was a rocket from Roberts. Now he's going to try to unload another one.
He's got a man.
Down the far sideline.
Get his foot in.
Oh, man. Didn't catch it. Alex Steele, we've seen that before, except down the near sideline. Almost made a spectacular spinning grab last week and wasn't able to corral that one at about the 43-yard line.
That was a pass that was definitely there. Threw it right over the top of the defender. Steele kind of ran past the defender, and it was just too far out of bounds.
And those are the kind of opportunities that you can't let slip by at 14-3. 2:09 to go before the half. And Fennis, they'll move the pocket again. He'll throw out in the flat. Kier Adgerson.
Intercepted.
Intercepted. It is intercepted.
It is intercepted. They got the turnover.
And the Sentinel High Spartan sideline is going to get excited about that.
Just what they needed, Kempson. It popped right back up in the air after the hit, and it was picked off. I don't know who grabbed it, but that is exactly what the Spartans needed. I thought maybe it hit the ground first, but then
Initially,
I saw someone
was
running with it. It was an interception. So here we go. This is what they needed. They got to try and put some points on the board to get closer to halftime.
Great play by the Spartans defense. 3. Sentinel knocking on the door right now as we're just inside a minute to play in the first half. Back goes Roberts, and he'll take a sack. And now do you use one of those 3 timeouts? It looks like Dane Oliver will do so.
That was Tyler Matucci coming in there really quickly, converging on the QB there. Good sack by Tyler. You got one more shot to try to make it a 14-10 game.
And here's Roberts. He'll roll to the near side and throw it in the dirt.
And the defense was just all over that play by Helena High. I mean, the last 2 plays, they were just right there every time on Roberts. So you got to give Helena High a lot of credit there. Definitely just understanding, okay, we got to get a stop. And just hold it to 3 points.
And a good decision by Roberts there to throw it at the feet of Josh Deschner.
Right.
Because you have a senior kicker in Gabe Peppinger, who has already made 1 field goal tonight. He'll be on the right hash for this one, the far hash for this one. And Mitch Reynolds will hold it.
Definitely a big opportunity here just to cut it down to 8. See what Peppinger can do.
It's up, and that one would be good from a lot longer away as well.
There you go, Gabe.
And it
nice
is
one.
Good. And so 6 points now. 2 touchdowns for Helena, 2 field goals for Sentinel, and it's 14-6. But it's just a 1-possession game.
True.
And Fennis does take the kneel down, and that will be the final play of the first half. So, welcome back out to Missoula County Public Schools Stadium on the campus of Big Sky High School, Missoula, Montana. The Missoula Sentinel Spartans hosting the Helena High Bengals tonight. It's 54 degrees outside. I just looked it up, and that's not too bad. It's pretty nice weather out here tonight.
Yeah, it really is. It's just a gorgeous night for football. It was way cooler than it was last week when we got to the stadium. It was 85 degrees. So And this place was like a steam room that we're in right now, this booth. So definitely nice to see the weather cool down a little bit. It should be a really nice weekend. Missoula Sentinel is hanging in there in this game. I mean, Helena High has definitely played, I feel like, a lot faster, a lot stronger right now. They're up 14-6, but Sentinel able to get a turnover late, make it a 14-6 game. Jackson Thenis and Van Horsen, though, the running back, really just, they have a good steady pace going. Van Horsen's really running the ball with good authority. You can tell when he hits the hole, he's hitting it hard, he's hitting it well. And Jackson Thenis getting some opportunities to throw the football. Hasn't completed that many passes, it feels like, but can really make a play at any time. And yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Helena High. They're playing well. Missoula Sentinel still trying to find a little bit more offensive rhythm, I think. So.
Yeah, and we'll throw some team stats at you. Helena with 9 first downs, Sentinel with 3. Rushes 22 for Helena for 131 yards. 12 rushes for 6 yards for Sentinel. How big of a difference is that?
It's a lot. Helena has 190 total yards. Van Horsen has 84 yards on 15 carries and has the 1 touchdown. And Jackson Thenis has 38 yards rushing and a touchdown. Yeah, just 3 first downs for Missoula Sentinel. I mean, that just has to change in the second half. They've got to get some offensive flow going. They had an opportunity to kind of maybe score a touchdown late and weren't able to do so. It's going to be tough, but you know, we got a whole second half to play. Hopefully Sentinel can make some adjustments. I think they're throwing the football. I think they're going to have to throw the football a little bit more. To be quite honest with you, they had a couple chances downfield with Alex Steele, one that went out of bounds. They had one to Reynolds that went for 30 yards that set up the first field goal by Gabe Peppinger. But Ramos, a little banged up right now. Looked like he had, don't know exactly what the injury is, but looked like he had a sprained ankle. He's coming out there and he's playing his heart out though. And we'll see what happens in the second half, but I do feel like Sentinel is going to have to make some plays in the passing game if they're going to establish something.
Agreed. Yeah. And Joe Mueller had an interception for the Helena High Bengals while covering Mitch Roberts covering Mitch Reynolds. It was off of Mitch Roberts.
Right. We don't know who got the interception for Sentinel.
Well, so yeah, that was a wild play because Kier Adgerson was hit as he caught that football, and then it just popped up in the air, and the opportunistic Sentinel Spartans defense was able to come down with it, and that led to the second field goal, which made this game just 1 possession. An interception for both quarterbacks. Jackson Thenis threw that one, and Mitch Roberts threw the other one. But also the Sentinel Spartans, as you alluded to, have had some opportunities to make their average yards per play more than just over 3 yards per play, which it currently is, and that's doubled up actually by the Helena High Bengals, which are averaging just about 6 yards per play, and they're just over doubling them on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 2 guys on the front line for Helena High, when you have Chase Benson and you have Taylor England, who is 6'6" and 210 pounds. Chase Benson is 6'4", 230 pounds. It's making it really difficult for Missoula Sentinel to establish any type of run game whatsoever. And you have both those guys on the offensive line that are also just big bruisers up there, and they just create the space that Van Horsen needs. There were a couple times where there have been some monster running lanes for Van Horsen to run through. I mean, he's hitting the hole hard enough already, but there have been some gaping holes. Sentinel, for the most part, still, I feel like they've done a pretty solid job. Van Horsen, though, 84 yards. I would continue, for Helena High's perspective, if they're going to win this game and just get to the end, they're going to take Van Horsen more so than throwing the football.
Roberts takes the snap, pressure, sack.
Down he goes in a heap. That was
Zach Tirado.
Zach Tirado taking him down. Just spun him down to the ground.
He came
what
in
a
off
sack
the edge,
that was.
Relatively untouched for Helena. And so this is the best position Sentinel's had all night except for that interception. And here's Reynolds on the receiving end from Roberts, and the Mitch-to-Mitch hookup gets 7 yards.
That's a play we haven't seen, that quick hitch to the near sideline where Reynolds just comes in from his spot and makes that play. That's a nice play right there and a good pickup on first down.
Positive play to start with. No huddle. Roberts back, looking, throwing. He's got Reynolds out there. Touchdown, Sentinel.
There you go. Big time play down the sideline.
They went right back to the well with Mitch Reynolds. He had 3 touchdowns in the win over Butte 2 weeks ago on the road. And now the home crowd is excited because now with a 2-point conversion, if they elect to go with that, the Sentinel Spartans have tied this game up.
That was a huge play right there, Kempson. He went to Reynolds, went back to Reynolds again, kind of waiting for it. They had to make something happen in the passing game. They haven't really been running the ball very well. They're going to go for 2 and see if they can't tie this game up at 14. Here we go. Wow.
Roberts moving to the near side, throwing, caught.
Tied up.
2-point conversion. It's a contested catch by Josh Deschner. A great catch there. Good concentration. It's a tie game, 14-all.
14-14. Deschner, little curl route along the near sideline, made it on the corner of the end zone with a man right there on him, tied it up.
6:55 to
Two-point
go
conversion.
in the third quarter.
Wow,
And
unbelievable.
For the first time since it was 0-0, it is a tie ball game. 14-14, Helena High and Sentinel. And Van Horsen in the backfield with it. Fennis with a handoff to Van Horsen. Van Horsen running downhill, and he'll get first down yardage.
Wow, that was a big run right
on
there.
a 3rd down and 10, a 15-yard pickup.
Trying to get a win over Helena High tonight.
Handoff. Van Horsen running through a big hole again. And when they need a big play, Van Horsen has been able to supply it. Matt Messerly and Jake Rebish were there on the tackle, but as the clock runs, it's currently 4:17. They'll run it when they spot the ball. It's tied at 14. And as we run down towards 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, Helena's driving again.
Helena is driving this time. A good job of Van Horsen, able to get out to the left side, had a lot of room. Didn't go up the middle. I think the Spartans were kind of attacking more of the interior of the line, and Van Horsen bounces it outside the left.
This one is in the interior, and he got by that first wave, which was led by Logan Bond, and was eventually brought down by several Spartans, including number 52, Spencer Schock. We are inside 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Fennis and the I formation. Joey Hoover back at fullback. Van Horsen back at running back. And he is running down inside the 10-yard line, carrying Spartans to the 3.
First down and goal. Van Horsen has been the man in charge in this drive, accounting for, he's well over 100 now. He had 84 yards at halftime. He's got to be at $130 now. Looking for his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one is a dogfight again, just like last week's game against Big Sky. Very tight.
And moving to the far side, throwback screen, touchdown.
That was the tight end, Taylor England, the big man. Good screen play right there, Kempson. A lot of room, kind of faked over to the right side, threw back to the left. Give Helena High a ton of credit. That was a great play call.
Yeah, they called that play earlier, or a similar play earlier in the game, and were trying to get that throwback screen, had to throw it wide of Taylor England, and then they went back to it. They were able to convert it there for the touchdown, and with the extra point pending, they're looking to go up 7 once again in this football game.
Extra points good, 21-14.
Willem Morris puts it through. And so Helena High 21, Sentinel 14 with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. Here, number 22, Nick Germer had a touchdown catch in last week's game against Big Sky, and was in single coverage down the sideline that time, but the connection was not made. 3rd down and 10.
Look out.
Roberts sidearms it into the flat. What a play! Alex Steele tries to get away from the tackle of Matt Rispens, but that is a great open field tackle there by Helena.
What a throw even to get it over to him on that play by Alex Steele. You got to go for it.
4 down territory, 33-yard line, 32 and a half. It's 4th down and 5. It's 21-14 Helena.
They're going to let the quarter run out.
Sentinel looking to keep momentum going here as the quarter will indeed run out. We go to the fourth. He's already made 2 field goals. That 14 up there got there because Gabe Peppinger was able to make 2 field goals in the first half. And in the second half, Sentinel was able to drive down and convert a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Helena responded with a touchdown. Peppinger looking to go 3 for 3 on the night for field goals.
Just a lot of confidence right now in Gabe Peppinger. Holy cow.
And that one would have been good from a lot longer again,
yeah,
but it just needed to be good from less than 40 yards out here in the fourth quarter. Back goes Roberts, throws it. Mitch Reynolds collects it, and he will get around the defender down to the inside the 30-yard line.
Big gain there by Mitch Reynolds down across the far sideline. Gets about 17 yards on that play. And here come the Spartans.
Kendall Johnson eventually made that tackle over there for Helena, but yeah, down inside the 30-yard line to the 28 or 29 now. It's first down and 10. We go inside 8 minutes just before this snap for Sentinel. Sentinel looking to take the lead by punching it in. Roberts steps up away from pressure, throwing down the sideline. And just out of bounds, looking for Alex Steele on that sideline pass again.
He's had those chances down the sideline, but the throws have really been just too far to the outside to where the receiver can't really make a play. We saw a couple more over in Alex Steele's direction there, but there's just not enough room down that far sideline. He's throwing it more to the outside. And it's just been difficult for the receiver to get underneath the ball.
Good coverage by Willem Morris there as well. Made that window pretty tight. 27-yard line. They need the 18. Back goes Robert. Stands tall. Throws into the end zone. Overthrew Alex Steele again.
Oh, gosh. That one, if he could have that one back, he would. He's got his hands on his hips right now, and rightfully so.
And Matt Rispens made it difficult with his coverage. He undercut that ball, but he got it over Rispens. And
I think Roberts wants to go for it.
Ahead of, yeah, well, he's a competitor. He thinks he wants to have, like you say, he probably wants that throwback, but he also, that's what you want in the leader of your football team. You don't want him to ever admit defeat.
Big play right here.
4th down and 9. Roberts believes he can make a throw, but he won't even get it off. What a play there.
That was...
Zach Tirado.
Zach Tirado got in there first. Looked like he even tried to swipe at the ball. It was 4th down. Took him down for the sack. Big time stop by Helena High. Missoula Sentinel, I would look for one-on-one to the outside with Mitch Reynolds.
And Mitch,
you're going to spread it out.
Mitch Roberts takes the snap from the shotgun.
Here we go, to the outside.
Coverage. Reynolds!
Oh, gosh.
That got him a touchdown earlier on. It's an incompletion here. Good coverage there by Willem Morris.
Good look. I mean, good look. Had to try it. Expected to get tried again, too. They had that one-on-one coverage. Down the sideline has been a little bit difficult for Mitch Roberts today. Unable to really complete much. He had that one on our near side here, down on this end, that went for a touchdown. That's about it.
His lone touchdown completion came to the near side of the field, which was the wide side of the field on that play. And here's a throw over to the short side of the field on the far side. And Mitch Reynolds, fighting for extra yardage, gets it out 4. It'll be 3rd down and pretty manageable for Sentinel.
Well, you don't have to get all this in one shot. You got a lot of time. Pick up some first downs. Good idea on first down to go deep. Just make sure you move the chains.
Reynolds got out of bounds, so it's 2.5 minutes exactly left in the 4th quarter. And Reynolds is able to finally collect the snap. It was in the dirt, and he threw it out into the flat and basically had to throw it away because he was hit as he threw. Good pressure there by the Helena defense.
I think you have to go for it. I mean, even though there's still some time, I just don't.
I don't think there's any question that you go for it here. It's 4th down.
It's
your last shot, especially against this very stout Helena defense. Sentinel has been able to make a clutch 4th down conversion or two last week. They have had a couple of clutch situations where they came up big tonight as well. Can the offense do it one more time? Roberts throws. It's at the sticks and it's across them. Up across the 30-yard line. First down to Mitch Reynolds. Go-to guy.
Go-to guy. Caught it about a yard short of the sticks, and he kept fighting Kempson. He picked up the first down on 4th and 6.
First down, 31-yard line. Their own 31-yard line. The Spartans are driving. Ball is spotted, clock runs. We have just over 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Roberts looking to step up and run, but he will not get room to do so. And now Sentinel will take a timeout after taking that sack. Back goes Roberts, deep drop.
Oh, got the screen.
Middle screen, and there goes Josh Deschner for first down yardage and more. He's got a convo of blockers up to the 40-yard line, gets out of bounds. It's inside 2 minutes to play now. We have a Helena player down, slow to get up at least, but we also have a flag down at the 30-yard line.
Oh, no. It's going to come back, Kempson, after all that. And Dane Oliver is infuriated on the sideline. I really can't believe. I think they're going to call, I'm sure they'll call like a holding penalty. I don't know. I didn't see anything. They're talking about it. It'll be an enormous penalty on a gain of, look to be about 35, 40 yards, Kempson.
Yeah, we'll await the call from the referee.
Pick it up. Wow.
You know what may have happened there? They may have thought it was a cut block, and then they got together, they discussed it, and they called it off.
And Dane Oliver is a happy camper.
as is the entire Sentinel crowd down here at the south end of the grandstand. And so is Mitch Roberts in the Sentinel offense, because they are back in business. First down at the 40-yard line after an explosive play from Josh Deschner on a great play call in the middle screen.
2 minutes to go in this game.
Yep. Roberts throwing, and he had a man beyond the coverage again, but he overthrew him.
You know, Mitch Roberts, he's just too strong. You know, I mean, what can you say? Just throwing just out of the reach.
He overthrew Alex Steele once again. And 1:45 now to go in this ball game.
Yeah.
It's 21-17. Sentinel must score a touchdown to win.
4-down territory the whole way. Got to get the touchdown in the end.
1:52 put on the clock now. This is an intense situation here. 1:52 put
Ball
on the clock.
40.
Helena 21. Sentinel 17. Rolling to the near side. Roberts unloads. Looking deep.
Here we go.
Steal out there. It's picked off.
Oh, man.
Or is it?
It's going to be a touchback. It was intercepted in the end zone.
Kier Adgerson with the play of the night on the coverage of Alex Steele. They were looking for the big play to the near side again.
It was a great opportunity. It was a good look. I mean, it was one-on-one. It could have gone either way. Great play by Agerson to come down with the football on a deep ball like that and make the interception. Terrific play. This may have sealed the deal.
Yeah, you notice the Helena corners have done a good job on 2 separate plays tonight, boxing out the Spartans wide receivers. And it wasn't necessarily because they're smaller, because that may be the case with Alex Steele, Kier Adgerson. But Mitch Reynolds is bigger than Joe Mueller, but he was able to do the same thing earlier this game. And now a timeout taken by Helena. I think that's their final one. Well, the one thing we do not expect is either of these teams to give up.
No.
It has been a hard-fought 21-17 football game so far. Sentinel down by 4 with 1:39 to go in the 4th quarter. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. We expect Nick Van Horsen to get this ball out of the I formation from Jackson Thenis, but it's handed off and fumble. And
Sentinel
Spartan
got it!
still on it!
No way. It was inconceivable that he fumbled there. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Sentinel's got the ball back on the 25-yard line.
Now, I don't want to miscredit anybody with that fumble, so I'm making sure, and I believe that was the fullback, Kendall Johnson.
Oh my goodness.
It was honestly not his fault individually, because Fennis and Johnson, it was just a bad exchange.
The handoff was up high on Johnson, and the ball was just dropped.
1:36 to go, and Sentinel,
goodness.
against all odds, has life. Now, Kendall Johnson with a redemption play, bringing down Mitch Roberts.
What a
For
sack.
a big sack at the 30-yard line.
Sentinel still plenty of time that they can just... Oh my gosh, they got the ball back on a fumble recovery. The last thing that you would expect, we talked about just trying to... I mean, Sentinel didn't even have to strip the ball on that one.
The Spartans need to settle
Still
in.
some time.
The Spartans need to settle in here because with just over 1 minute to go, a lot of pressure coming,
the defense.
and Roberts just isn't getting the protection he needs right now. It'll be third down now and a couple miles from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 26. Well, what was a 1st and 10, Helena High's just coming at him. Try a screen pass. Try something to the outside. You've got to get rid of the ball quickly.
This Helena defense looking to make
Give
one
it up.
more
Give it
play.
up. Screenplay.
Throwing, and what a read there. How big has Zach Tirado come up in clutch situations for Helena?
And Zach Tirado was right there with the play, able to knock it away. Yeah, he got 4th and forever.
That stops the clock, though. 35 seconds to go now. We'll see what the play call is. It's 21-17, a 4-point lead that the Helena Bengals are pinning their ears back and being proactive about defending.
Helena High crowd trying to get into it.
4th and
2
20.
sacks on the first 2 plays.
4th and 26. Can Mitch Roberts pull a Donovan McNabb?
Here we go.
Steps
Just
up,
get rid of it.
Throws. Looking deep.
Too far.
Incomplete. And so with 30 seconds to go, this ball game is essentially over.
The fact that Sentinel got the ball back was pretty miraculous to begin with, but Helena High getting like monster sacks in the final 2 plays there, the first 2 plays, and then an incompletion to the screen. You had to throw the screen there, you know, because the defense was coming so hard on him so fast, and then that last play just too far, kind of a Hail Mary hope, just kind of died.
Yeah, a couple turnovers
end
were
zone.
killer for Sentinel tonight, but they have nothing to hang their heads about. They took their lumps, but they also took their best shot right down to the end. As one more kneel down, maybe 2, is all that is needed for the Helena High Bengals to get out of here with a 21-17 victory.
Well, the defense was just pretty stout for the most part for this game. Helena High, what a game it was. It was a nice victory. It would have been had for Missoula Sentinel if they could pull it out, but it was a hard-fought game, and Sentinel had a chance to win it in the end with their fumble recovery, but ended up going backwards 16 yards. I'm going to be honest with you, I did not expect that. I thought that they were going to get maybe a few completions, maybe get towards the goal line there on that one, but Helena High's defense just came after them. We're just licking their chops.
And credit the Helena High defense for doing that, because the Sentinel Spartans defense, the play before that, were opportunistic. They also got the tip drill interception. They were opportunistic at the end of the first half to get that and get some points on the board to even be in position to go down and tie the game during the third quarter. But you know what? Helena was just able to make more plays tonight, and so Sentinel will get out of here with a 21-17 defeat. They'll fall to 2-2 on the season, and Helena moves to 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall for Helena High was just a little bit more aggressive tonight. Really came after the quarterback. And I think you have to give credit to Nick Van Horsen, too, as well. Just had a lot of big runs, especially that first, or when the game was tied, it was that second drive of the second half where it was like a 3rd and 10, and he was able to get some big chunks of yardage, and they just kind of ran it out. But this is a big win for Helena High, but Missoula Sentinel just played their hearts out tonight. I mean, they definitely could have pulled it out and had the ball there at the 25-yard line, but big plays on the Helena High defense just came after Roberts on that last drive. So credit the Bengals. They go to 3-1. Missoula Sentinel still long season, tough game, but they played really well in this game, I thought.
So tough to win when you lose, to win the game when you lose the turnover battle, which they did again here tonight. And